Live, not from the electronic news, but live from the Tom O'Neill Memorial Studios inside the Park Forest apartment complex. This is Steve's Sporty Balls, an hour of sports power, unbelievably done with comedy and very little to no prep. Get ready for a sportscast that flips the script. And now, yours truly, Harry von Stuttgart, says, here he is, the man, the myth, the spaghetti sauce maker, Steve the Baxman Baxley. Good evening, people. How are you today? Yes, welcome to Tuesday. Welcome back. We're sorry Monday's show got a little bit cut, but we assure you, should it get cut again in mid-sentence, we're going to rumble. Okay? You should know that our show, not for kiddies, but for grown-ups who know comedy. And we've been doing little by little, getting back to our normal route. And now, let's see if it works, shall we? Let's go to the news. And here's our news. And this one was kindly expected, but wow, what a jolt. Louisville plans to fire men's basketball coach Kenny Payne on Wednesday, a source confirmed to CBS Sports. Now, barring any unforeseen delay, the process will be official after Payne and the team return to Louisville. The outcome has been expected for months and comes after the season ended Tuesday in the first round of the ACC tournament against North Carolina State with a 94-85 defeat. Louisville finished 8-24 this season, doubling its number of victories after going 4-28 in Payne's first season. It adds up to a 12-52 two-year calamity. Henceforth, it was near impossible to think Louisville could have been as bad as it displayed the past two seasons. Now, Payne was hired in 2022 to replace Chris Mack, who cut ties with the university midway through his fourth season. At the time of his hiring, Payne was a lauded figure, a former national champion who played on Louisville's 1985-86 NCAA title-winning team, and just as notably, the first black head coach in Louisville men's basketball history. Hired away from his assistant coach with the New York Knicks, prior to that, Payne was a longtime influential assistant to John Calipari at Kentucky, helping the Wildcats to a 2012 national title. Now, the belief was in his hiring that Payne could bring recruiting, coups, and major victories to Louisville the way he helped sustain Kentucky's operation. But that wasn't to be. Cardinals never found a semblance of positive momentum under Payne, and thus the adieu. That's right. It can be easily argued that his 23-month tenure leading Louisville was the nadir of a program that easily rates in the top 10 in sports history. Now, given his status and history with the program, he was given a second season to try and turn things around. Yeah, so if we may, boys and girls, cats and kittens, frogs, hogs, and other deviants, let us now proceed to salute and remember the one, the only, Kenny Payne. And it would have been good that I brought the mic down. You know, I put the mic down? Thank you. Now you can hear me. There we go. There we are. Yes, we got it down and we got it close to us. Ha ha. Okay, thank you, boys in the band. Okay, let's keep going with the news. The NFL today. No, don't play. We can't play the NFL theme music. Stop the band. 1 year after reportedly attempting to acquire him through via trade, the Baltimore Ravens have finally secured Derrick Henry, according to ESPN and NFL media, agreeing to the terms Tuesday on a 2-year deal with the former Tennessee Titans star. 30-year-old Henry gets $16 million per ESPN, though he can earn a maximum of $20 million over the 2-year deal due to incentives. Yes, incentives. The contract, which has been confirmed by CBS Sports senior NFL insider, the lovely and talented Miss Josina Anderson, includes $9 million fully guaranteed in 2024, keeping the Pro Bowler one of the highest paid running backs in the National Football League. Henry has acknowledged the deal on TwitX, saluting Fluck Nation after agreeing to terms. Now, new Ravens teammate Marion, almost said Marlon. It is Marlon. Marlon Humphrey suggested during the 2023 season that Baltimore came close to landing Henry at the trade deadline. And now, guess what? The team up is a reality. Henry's arrival comes a day after former Ravens veteran Gus Edwards agreed to a 2-year deal with the Los Angeles Chargers, while former starter J.K. Dobbins also remains a free agent. Now, while Henry is aging and boasts a heavy career workload, more than 2,000 carries already under his belt, the two-time All-Pro has remained one of the NFL's steadiest ball carriers in recent years, topping 1,000 rushing yards in 5 of his last 6 years. The supersized former Offensive Player of the Year has never averaged fewer than 42 yards per carry, and he also led the NFL in yards after contact in 2023. That story per Pro Football Focus. He will now be paired with dynamic dual threat quarterback Lamar Jackson to help headline the Ravens offense, averaging $8 million per year on his new deal. Henry will rank 7th among annual running back earners, next to fellow 2024 free agents DeAndre Swift and Tony Pollard, who each joined new teams of this week. And speaking of that, get the kazoo. It's time for NFL free agency. The price is right. So let's get to it. Pruitt? Yes, let's get to it. Let us see who were the winners and who were the losers. Yes, let's find out in the great place of all, free agency. Hello, Phil TMNT, as our good lady friend, Miss Mandy Summers, would put it. Phil, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Phil in the half shell, Phil Power. There we go. All right. Phil Power it is. How you doing, my friend? Hope everything is going well. I promise I will visit your fun stream sometime this week. So, who got what, where, and why? Let us proceed to the free agency tracker. Let's update where 100 of those free agents are going. Kirk Cousins is gone from Minnesota to Atlanta on a 4-year, $180 million deal. Chris Jones stays with Kansas City. The defensive lineman gets 5 years, $160 million. Josh Allen, who's an edge player, he got franchise tagged from the Jaguars, staying with the Jaguars, he gets a 1-year, $24 million deal. Justin Medabulke, the defensive lineman, goes from the Ravens to the Ravens, 4-year, $98 million deal. Darnell Hunter, edge, goes from the Minnesota Vikings to the Houston Texans, a 2-year, $48 million guaranteed. 6 will go to hi there. Yeah. L'Jarius Sneed, cornerback. He stays with Kansas City. Franchise tag, 1 year, $19.8 million. Hey, Matt Ed and Eddie, ¿qué pasa, mi amigo? Brian Byrne, Jalen Johnson, cornerback. He goes from the Bears to the Bears, 4 years, $76 million deal. Brian Burns, edge player, goes from Le Panthers to the New York Giants. Traded 5-year, $150 million deal. Antoine Winfield Jr., he's a safety. He will stay in Tampa Bay on a franchise tag, 1 year, 1 year, $17.1 million deal. T. Higgins, wide receiver, stays with the Bengals. Franchise tag, 1 year, $21.8 million. Sister Christian Wilkinson, he's gone from Miami to join the Raiders. The defensive lineman signed with the Raiders for a $110 million 4-year deal. Our next one is Mike Evans. Hey, I wonder whatever happened to him after the Jeffersons. He stays with Tampa Bay on a 2-year, $52 million deal. Baker Mayfield, the quarterback, the funky QB in Tampa Bay, he stays on 3-year, $115 million deal. Yeah. Then comes Michael Pittman, the wide receiver, stays with the Colts, 3-year, $71.5 million deal. Mike Onawanu. And I think we know how that offensive lineman wanted to stay with the Patriots, 3-year, $57 million. Shaquan Barkley, the running back, went from the Giants to I'm going to sing it. Shaquan Barkley went from the Giants to get some Philadelphia freedom for 3 years, $37.75 million deal. Calvin Ridley, we have not heard from. The wide receiver from the Jaguars remains unsigned at this moment. Ooh, that should change. Leonard Williams, the defensive lineman from Seattle, stays in Seattle with a 3-year, $64.5 million deal. Kendall Fuller, the cornerback for Washington, and Tyrone Smith, the offensive tackle from Dallas, they have nowhere to go right now. And yes, Phil, and all of you, tell your friends, neighbors, lovers, equal partners, smash the like button and tell your friends that the weird sports guy is back and better than ever. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, better than ever. I don't know why. Okay, let's go on. We're only going to go to the top 50. This was supposed to be part 1 on Monday, but we got cut. We got shrimped. Anyway, where were we? Yes, where were we? Kendall Fuller, Tyrone Smith. Okay, Robert Hunt, offensive guard, went from Miami to the Panthers on a 5-year, $100 million deal. Jonathan Greenyard got a big old deal. He goes from Houston to Minnesota, 4 years, $76 million. God, is he a lucky son of a gun. Cameron Curl is right now still in Washington. He hasn't been signed to anywhere. Josh Jacobs, the running back, goes from the Raiders to the Frozen Tundra of Lambeau Field and the Green Bay Packers. 4-year, $48 million deal. Andre James, the center, stays with the Raiders. 3 years, $24 million. Patrick Queen, he's
is a champion, my friends. As he goes from the Ravens to the Steelers. Da-na-na-na. 3 years and 41 mil. 3 years, 41 mil. Wow, what luck. Chase Young still with San Francisco. He's wanting to go somewhere. We'll find out if he does. Leonard Floyd, edge, goes from the Buffalo Bills to San Francisco. Open up your Golden Gate. It's 2 years, 24 mil. Xavier McKinney, the safety, goes from the Giants to the Packers, 4 years, $68 million deal. The ones that have yet to be signed, Jonah Williams of the Bengals, Stephon Gilmore, cornerback of the Cowboys, Javion Clowney, the edge of the Ravens, Trent Brown, offensive tackle of Les Patriots, and Marquise Brown, the wide receiver of the Arizona Cardinals. They all have no place to go yet, but there's still time, kids, still time. Bryce Hart, number 35 on your countdown. The edge goes from the Jets to the Eagles, 3 years, 51.1 mil. Kyle Dugar, safety, stays with the Patriots in a transition tag, 1 year, 13.8 mil. Levante David, linebacker, stays with the Buccaneers in 1 year, $10 million deal. More unsigned bits of humanity. Who is? Kevin Zeitler from the Ravens, still the Ravens, offensive guard, not going anywhere yet. Frankie Louvu, linebacker, goes from the Panthers to the Washington Commanders, 3 years, 36 mil. DJ Rita, the defensive linebacker from the Bengals, still unsigned. Chidobe Awazi, not only is he a good cornerback, but I think you can order that from Kudoba. He goes from the Bengals to the Titans of Tennessee, 3 years, 36 mil. Jonah Jackson, the offensive guard, goes from the Lions to the Rams, 3 years, 51 million. Willie Gray Jr., linebacker from the Chiefs, goes to the Saints in a 1 year, 3 mil deal. AJ Espenza goes from being the edge of Buffalo to being the edge of Buffalo in a 2 year max value of 20 mil. Sean Murphy Bunting, a cornerback, goes from the Titans of Tennessee to the Cardinals of Arizona, 3 years, 25.5 mil. Aziz Al-Shahir, linebacker from the Titans, goes to the Houston Texans, 3 years, 34 mil. Julian Blackman, safety from the Colts, still unsigned. Geno Stone, safety from the Ravens to the Bengals, 2 years, 15 mil. Jordan Brooks, linebacker, Seahawks to Miami. The Dolphins sign him to a 3 year, $1 million deal. And finally, for this half of the 100, Mekhi Becton, the offensive tackle, unsigned. Oh, that's 51. Danico Autry, defensive lineman, goes from the Titans to the Texans, 2 year, $20 million deal. And that is chapter 1 of this wild and wacky free agency. Price is right. Until then, for this segment, please remember, help the sportscasting population have one of your sportscasters spayed or neutered. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? Mm-hmm. We done the free agency little thoughts. Okay, let's get to the baseball. Okay, we gotta have some baseball here, because we don't have baseball. We're lost. We're lost in suburbia. By the way, we're 6 minutes away from midnight. Let us cross our fingers and any other bodily orifice that we can go the full hour without YouTube killing us off the air. Let's pray. Un berecintos ganabortetos tato mari. Moscarritos Mendy Summers in a bikini. Ooh, yes. Okay, let's take a hit from the Major League Baseball. Let's give you a little bit of some rumors that are flying across the way. Yes, yes. Jordan Montgomery and Blake Snell are not the only big name free agents who remain unsigned, with opening day just 2 weeks away. 2 weeks. Dos Ricos. JD Martinez, who is coming off a 33 homer season, remains on the market, and there is mutual interest with the Mets. Reports the New York Post. The Los Angeles Angels are also in the mix for the 6-time All-Star. Now, the Mets, 2024 is expected to be something of a transition year in which development takes priority over contention. Mark Vientos is a primary candidate to get DH at bats this year. He is 6 for 31 for .194 average with 8 strikeouts this spring, and his 65-game big league cameo last season produced a 205, 255, and 354 batting line and a worrisome 30.5 strikeout rate. Fangraphs estimates New York's competitive balance tax payroll at $328.3 million, the highest in baseball and very well above the $297 million Stephen Cohen tax threshold, because this will be their third straight year paying CBT. The Mets are taxed 110% on every dollar above $297 million. So, for example, a $15 million contract for Martinez would cost another $16.5 million in tax. Martinez reportedly rejected a one-year, $14 million contract offer from the Giants of San Francisco in the offseason. The Giants then pivoted to Jorge Soler to solve their DH needs. Now, like Montgomery and Snell, Martinez is a Scott Boras client, though the 36-year-old DH is not in position to demand a long-term contract like the two prime-age left-handers. After a 5-year season run with the Boston Red Sox, Martinez spent 2023 with the LA Dodgers, and he batted cleanup in the All-Star game last summer, for anyone that saw it. He remained a premium power threat and run producer, though Martinez ran a .321 on-base percentage last year. His offensive game is becoming more one-dimensional. It used to be three-dimensional, sometimes 4 dimensions, but never the fifth. Why? Why does anyone not want to go to the 5th dimension? They're a great group. 4 players started at least 10 games at DH for the Mets last year, led by Daniel Vogelbach, 78. The Mets received a 220, 312, and 403 line from their DHs in 2023, comfortably below the 245, 326, and 430 league average at the position. Ooh. Okay, let's keep going. Keep going, going, going. All the leaves are going. Keep them doggies going right. Yeah. Let's see what else is happening here. Benedites de noche de contati puto. That's about it for Major Baseball. We got scores coming up in just a few moments. So if you kindly will, just stay with us because we got soccer. We might even try cricket. Yeah, like anyone watches cricket. Don't get me wrong, it's a very nice and unusual sport. It's baseball on acid, okay? Almost all the rules apply, but still. Anyway, let's keep going. Another National Football League news. Hey, it's a part of the offseason. Patrick Mahomes is very serious about becoming the first NFL quarterback to three-peat. The KC Chiefs superstar signal caller has agreed to a restructured contract prior to the official start of free agency that will create over $20 million in cap space, as confirmed by Jonathan Jones, the NFL insider for CBS Sports. Kansas City virtually had no cap space prior to Mahomes' reworked deal. This move obviously gives the Chiefs some flexibility to add more pieces to the puzzle during free agency after having already re-signed defensive tackle Chris Jones, linebacker Drew Tranquill, I like to say his name again. Drew Tranquil. Kansas City also signed punter Matt Arazia shortly after its win over the 49ers in Super Bowl 58. Along with these moves, Chiefs placed the non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback L'Jarius Sneed, but both sides have come to a possible deal. Haze. While they didn't have a ton of needs, the added cap space gives the Chiefs the ability to add some pieces to their team, whether now or sometime down the road. Receiver, running back, strong side linebacker, and interior offensive line are among the areas the Chiefs will likely address over the coming months. Oh, goody. Now, Mahomes is trying to add to his legacy by becoming the first QB to win 3 straight Super Bowls. He's in the middle of his 10-year, $450 million deal. He's already in the history books and one of just 3 QBs in league history with multiple league and Super Bowl MVPs awards. Ha-cha-cha. And for God's sakes, NFL, please, one more shot of Taylor Swift in a Kansas City uniform. And I swear to God, my allegiance is going to be with the Canadian Football League. By the way, want to remind you, March 30th, the UFL debuts. Yes, huzzah. Yes, the UFL. The UFL will debut. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Who could it be now knocking at my door? Made no sound. No sound at all. Let me see. Zoink. Zort. Okay. By the way, I got this when I was in Pennsylvania on Sunday. It's a great vacation. Weather was ugly, but a great vacation. And by the way, I want to show you guys something. See this? When we're in our little studio, this will be a very important piece of our set. So watch for this, okay? Thank you. It's a LED marquee. That's right, a light up marquee box. I'm going to have more fun with this. I'm going to have more fun with this, tell you what. Okay. 3 minutes past 12. I'm legally obligated to tell you that you are watching Steve Sporty Balls, the only show, the only sportscast that flips the script and is undescribably delicious. But if you pour milk on us, we get soggy. Okay, so don't pour milk. Pour a little beer, a little wine, you know. Our Sporty Balls loves beer, okay? What gives our Sporty Balls that glisten. Okay, thank you. Anyway. Ha ha. There was a report out. Oh, is there a report out? Aaron Rodgers is set to return to the field as New York Jets quarterback in 2024. But he also might be vying for a seat in the White House should independent U.S. presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy draw nearer and nearer. He's recently approached Rodgers about potentially serving as his running mate for the November election, according to New York Times, and the former NFL MVP has welcomed the overtures. Yes, I want to be your vice president. Why are we teasing everybody? Make the announcement. I'll be the one wearing something good. The 40-year-old Rodgers has talked pretty continuously with Kennedy for the past month. The politician told the Times, confirming longtime Green Bay Packers star is on a short list of potential vice presidential candidates alongside former Minnesota governor and pro wrestler Jesse the Body Ventura and Matthew the Wizard Nichols. What? I did not know that, Matt. I thought you were happy being our producer, co-host, and wizard. You know, I'm kidding, of course. Anyway, so good luck to all. Okay, it's 12:05. Let's go to some scores, shall we? We've done that, and trust me, it's better off that we go to the scoreboard. Why is it better off that we go to the scoreboard? Simple. Because we can, and we will, and we will. Okay, let's go to the scoreboard. We got to do the scoreboard from Monday because we never got a chance due to being cut by YouTube. And we're 22 minutes or 24 minutes right into the second half of our broadcast. So a needle pulling thread. Let's get over to ice hockey right now. And we go to Tuesday night, hockey night. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ha ha. Okay, in the National Hockey League, the Buffalo Sabres defeated the Detroit Red Wings 7-3. New York Rangers defeated the Carolina Hurricanes 1-0. Montreal Canadiens defeated the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-0. Ottawa Senators over the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-1. Philadelphia Flyers over the San Jose Sharks 3-2. Florida Panthers down the Dallas Stars 4-3. Minnesota Wild down the Arizona Coyotes 4-1. Chicago Blackhawks down the Anaheim Ducks 7-2. And the Colorado Avalanche down the Calgary Flames by a score of 6-2. Seattle Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights are tied in the third at 2-2. And let us go to the Ontario Hockey League. Ontario Hockey League, thank you. Okay, the Ontario Hockey League, not the WHL. There we go. Two games in the OHL tonight. The Ottawa 67s beat the Barrie Colts 6-4, and the Ottawa Generals beat and squeaked by the Mississauga Steelheads by 2-1. In the WHL, Swift Current Broncos beat the Prince Albert Raiders. In fact, they put them in a can. 4-2. Saskatoon Blades over the Brandon Wheat Kings 4-0. Vancouver Giants over the Tri-City Americans 3-1. Portland Winterhawks over the Spokane Chiefs 3-1. And hey, how about hockey from here? Hockey from the good old USA, the AHL. In overtime, it was Charlotte Checkers over the Hartford Wolfpack 2-1. Cleveland Monsters over the Grand Rapids Griffins 3-2. Rockford Ice Hogs over the Texas Stars 4-3. Tucson Roadrunners against the Henderson Silver Knights 4-0. And in the third period, it's Bakersfield Condors 3, Abbotsford Canucks 1. Let's do Monday because, well, we got cut off on Monday, so we're going to give you the Monday scores, sort of to make it official and catch up. Okay, on Monday, St. Louis Blues defeated the Boston Bruins 5-1. New York Rangers defeated the New Jersey Devils 3-1. Winnipeg Jets blanked the Washington Capitals 3-0, as did the Kings over the Islanders 3-0. In the AHL, there was only one game last night, and that was the Ontario Reign defeated the Calgary Wranglers by a score of 6-2. Wazoo Kitties! All right. Let's take you over to what we call soccer, what they call in Das World football. And what a better way to do that than to do this. In the UEFA Champions League round of 16 today, Arsenal on penalty kicks defeated FC Porto 1-0. Barcelona defeated Napoli 3-1. In let's see here. Do we have anything? Oh, it's still ramping up. Okay. We'll ramp us into it, baby. Okay. Let's see. In Australia's A League, it was Melbourne City 7, Western Sydney nothing. Yeah, that's all right. Everybody play fun. In the CONCACAF Champions Cup, Houston Dynamo and the Columbus Crew ended in a 1-1 tie. Pachuca over the Philadelphia Union 6-0. And in the 83rd minute of play, Tigres over Orlando City 4-1. That's right. And do we have any other scores anywhere else? Because this is a long and winding road here of soccer action. Did the MLS play? Did anyone else other than the reasonable places that I have mentioned play? No, I guess that's it for that. Okay, we go from the feetball. We go from the football. Oh, we forgot. We got to do football. Hello. Thank you. We got to do football. Where are we here? We got to do football Monday, right? Yes. Thank you. The Premier League on Monday, Chelsea defeated Newcastle United 3-2. And that was about, well, was that about? Yeah. Checking about the other scores because we just pick them. In NPL Victoria action in Australia, the Oakley Cannons defeated the Altona Magic 3-1. Wazoo. Wazoo, wazoo, wazoo. And let's see, were there any MLS games played that night? Nope. So we've done the football scores. There's only one scoring that we've got left, and that is, believe it or not, that is ever loving, always interesting, always exciting, and always exciting basketball scores. Yes. So let's get to the scoreboard for basketball. Yep, we're going to talk basketball now. Boy, this is going to be good, isn't it? Yep, we hope it's good. Let's give the scores from basketball for tonight, being Tuesday. Two games still going on. Fourth quarter, 5:26 remaining. Timberwolves over the Clippers, 106-92. And 6:52 left in regulation. It's the Kings over the Bucks, 111-82. Final scores, Knicks over 76ers, 106-79. Pacers over the Thunder, 121-111. Wizards losing to the Grizzlies, 109-97. The Rockets' red glare burns some Spurs, 103-101. And the Celtics, the Lucky Charms, beat the Jazz 123-107. Let's go to the only game in the men's basketball, and that is St. Mary's over Gonzaga 69-60. Women's basketball. Here we go. One game, 4:35 left to play. It is the Mountain West Conference tourney. San Diego State over Boise State. Right now, 63-61. In the MAAC, the MAC tourney, Ryder beat Iona 66-56. In the Southland Conference, it was Texas A&M Commerce or Community beating Incarnate Word, which became a swear word, 66-57. Horizon League Tournament, Green Bay over Cleveland State, 64-40. In the MAAC MAC or the MAAC tourney in overtime, Quinnipiac defeated St. Peter's 68-63. Big Sky Conference tourney, Eastern Washington over Montana State, 56-39. More of the Southland Conference tournament, it was Southeast Louisiana over Nichols State, 75-57. In the MAAC tourney, it was Mount St. Mary's over Marist, 60-47. West Coast Conference tourney, Portland over Gonzaga, 67-66. Summit League tourney, it was South Dakota State over North Dakota State, 67-54. Montana loses to Northern Arizona 74-67 in Big Sky Conference tourney. In the Conference USA tourney, it was UTEP over Sam Houston 78-64. Atlantic Sun Conference, it was FGSU Florida Gold Coast over Austin Peay 74-52. American Athletic Conference, their tournaments, East Carolina over UTSA 55-54. Atlantic Sun Conference, Central Arkansas, or for those of you down south, Central Arkansas over Eastern Kentucky, 68-57. UNLV over Colorado State, 62-52. Texas over Iowa State, 70-53 in the Big 12 Conference. And finally, in the American Athletic Conference, Rice over Temple. Now, Rice, rice over chop suey tastes better, but Rice over Temple was divine, 60-57. That was Tuesday. Let's go to the Tuesday outlines of Major League Baseball in their spring training. Note some are split squad games. Cardinals over the Red Sox 8-6. Orioles over the Rays 12-8. Tigers over the Twins 1-0. Pirates over the Braves 5-1. Blue Jays over the Yankees 8-1. Astros over the Marlins 9-1. Athletics over the Mariners 4-2. Guardians blanking the Rangers 3-0. Dodgers over the Giants 6-4. Diamondbacks and Padres ended in a 2-2 tie. Rockies over Royals 4-2. Nationals over Mets 4-1. Cubs over Brewers 6-5. White Sox over the Reds 14-1. And there you go. Happy landings. Let's go to Monday's scoreboard so we can finish that up. Okay, here's what happened on Monday. Okay, see, when we screw up or somebody cuts us, we have to, come back with a super duper show. So here we go. The NBA Monday, Pistons over the Hornets, 114-97. Suns over the Cavaliers, 117-111. Mavericks over the Bulls, 127-92. Warriors took down the Spurs, 112-102. Nuggets down the Raptors, 125-119. The Celtics defeated the Trailblazers, 121-99. In Monday men's basketball, it was St. Mary's over Santa Clara, 79-65, and Gonzaga over San Francisco, 89-77. Now, the women's basketball, here we go. This is going to be an amazing, fun time here. We're trying to catch up after last night's debacle that sort of killed us, our little feed. But tonight, I think we're going to make it, kids. Wish us luck. Here we go. In the Horizon League tournament, Cleveland State defeated Wright State 83-50. Texas A&M Community beat Northwestern State 65-57. This is all Monday scores. We're playing catch-up. East Carolina over Tulsa 75-71. South Dakota State over South Dakota 76-63. Montana State over North Colorado in overtime 47-44. In overtime, James Madison lost to Marshall 95-92. Green Bay over PFW 64-55. Iowa State over Oklahoma 85-68. Nicholls State over New Orleans, 73-66. Gonzaga over Pacific, 72-61. UNLV over Fresno State, 83-35. UTSA down South Florida, 58-56. North Dakota State sent Oral Roberts to God, 75-66. Some of you will recognize that joke. Some of you will deny it. Montana over Idaho, 73-61. Texas over Kansas State, 71-64. Colorado State over Nevada, 65-54. Portland over Santa Clara, 63-61. Maine over Binghamton, 64-58. Colgate over Navy, 69-64. Boston U over Army, 64-62. Sacred Heart over San Francisco, Pennsylvania, 78-48. FDU over LIU, 71-59. Merrimack over CCSU, Coastal Carolina, 76-51. Lemoyne over Stonehill, 79-59. Vermont over Albany, 50-46. Holy Cross over Bucknell, 61-56. Connecticut over Georgetown, 78-42. Rice over North Texas, 61-59. Loyola, Maryland over Lehigh, 58-51. San Diego State over New Mexico, 67-56. In three overtimes, Temple beat Tulane, 76-72. And Boise State defeated Wyoming, 62-54. Major League Baseball on Monday went like this. Red Sox over Pirates, 1-0. Blue Jays over Rays, 9-2. Yankees over the Orioles, 5-3. Braves over the Twins, 3-0. Tigers over the Astros, 5-3. Yankees over Phillies, 2-1. Nationals over the Cardinals, 11-4. Rockies over the White Sox, 7-2. Guardians over Dodgers, 5-1. Giants over Royals, 12-9. Rangers over Angels, 15-5. Padres over Mariners, 13-3. Athletics, 6. Diamondbacks 5, and Marlins 1. Mets didn't show up. They lost 0. Uh, in the NHL on Monday, it was Blues over the Bruins 5-1, Rangers over Devils 3-1, Capitals lost to the Jets of Winnipeg 3-0, and the Kings beat the Islanders in the same score 3-0. Monday, the Premier League, Chelsea over Newcastle United 3-2 in La Liga. Almeria and Sevilla tied at 2. Series A was Udinese over Lazio 2-1. Argentinian soccer went like this: Lanús over Tigre 3-2. Vélez Sarsfield over Banfield 2-1, and Deportivo Ristra over Riva Davia 2-1. I love that pause. It's the pause that refreshes. Speaking of the pause that refreshes, a little tea with no sympathy. Yep. Mm-hmm. Tea break. All right. Now, we got some entertainment reports, do we not? Because I know we don't have much in the awful announcing department. So let's see what we got headline-wise over with the other goodie. It's entertainment news. Let's see. This week in anime, as you know, Rooster Teeth is gone totally. The rise and fall of Rooster Teeth as Warner Brothers Discovery shutters the anime company. A legendary rock band, the Doobie Brothers, are planning to release a new album, and it will include a familiar face who's returning for his first recorded album with the band in more than 4 decades. Co-founders Tom Johnson and Patrick Simmons are reuniting with singer and keyboardist Michael McDonald. Who don't you believe? To record their first original studio album together in 44 years. It will mark the Doobie Brothers' first original record to feature Johnson, Simmons, McDonald, longtime guitarist John McPhee since One Step Closer in 1980. Wow. Ain't that a hoot? Ain't that something? Let's see. Anything more in the let's see. An armadillo-like stadium does hit a home run in Las Vegas. Let us tell you that, shall we? Over the years, we've seen architects create stadiums that take all sorts of unlikely forms, including a nomadic tent, a large hat, and a big golden bowl. This upcoming ballpark by Jack Ingles Group might top them all. However, with its unusual curving metallic exterior likened by the firm to a spherical armadillo. Planned to be the new Vegas home of the Oakland Athletics Major League Baseball team, the stadium is being created in collaboration with the engineering company HNTB and will be situated on a 9-acre, 9-acre site on Las Vegas Boulevard between Tropicana Avenue and Reno Avenue. Its design brings to mind Foster and Partners' somewhat similar SEC armadillo. Apparently, the humble mammal has inspired more buildings than we'd realize. And actually, hey, Disney sheep herder. Hey, making my rounds and smashing like buttons. Making your rounds and smashing like buttons. Da, 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 da. Wouldn't you like to come on in? Do, 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 do. Well, now you've come on in, enjoying a sports cast. Da, 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 da. That isn't rehearsed at all. Do, 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 do. Anyway, little cheers music for Disney sheep herder. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? Let's see what we got here. So they've at least got a baseball ball, a ballpark already. There's a there's a little artistical artwork about it, and something, it looks good, and I hope it's accepted. Anyway, let's keep going here. We're looking for entertainment news. Over 100 Texas Rooster Teeth employees laid off under the shutdown. Ghost has been renewed for its fourth season at CBS. Let's see here. Denny Hamlin is unsure why NASCAR won't increase horsepower. There's an idea. Historic Las Vegas Strip property closed and set for auction. Wow. Whom is that going to be, if we may? The old Las Vegas Strip has nearly disappeared, and many of the remaining ties to its past are being torn down or slated for the wrecking ball. That's because the price of land and the cost of operating on the Strip, they're so high that properties that once made financial sense have become obsolete. Smaller hotels and casinos can simply no longer justify their existence if a mega property can replace them. Hawaiian Marketplace, a longtime Strip fixture offering kitschy shops and food stalls, was purchased and demolished in 2023 to make way for a massive new 90-foot tall retail and restaurant complex. A hotel and casino have been rumored, but not confirmed for the property. Another small-scale operation, Casino Royale, Casino. Nestled in the heart of the area, dominated by Caesars Entertainment and MGM Resorts International, will also be demolished. Its small casino and 152-room Best Western will make way for a huge tower. Whereas the Strip used to be dotted with motels, it's now dominated by mega resorts. One of the last holdouts, and not to Vegas Pass, with an iconic pink elephant greeting visitors, has closed and is in the process of being auctioned off. The pink elephant at the Diamond Inn Motel is going to be bye-bye. Okay, so a little bit of Vegas. I've been to Vegas. I would love to go back to Vegas again. Real soon. Not soon enough, but real soon. Real soon. Uh-huh. Let's see what else is done here. We're at 27 minutes past the hour of midnight. Yes, it's midnight. You want to see if the what the ratings were for the Oscars? Okay, let's well, yeah, not that, please. Let us to punch up the Goog. See if we can find something on the Academy Awards, because I understand that was strange. Don't you know that was strange? Yes. Okay, let's get you the latest on what's been going on with the sex scandal that won't go away. Oh boy. Okay, let's get to it. In a blockbuster report, the 4 names of WWE executives in Janelle Grant's lawsuit was revealed. It is alleged that Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, Brad Bloom, and Brian Nurse knew about the relationship between Grant and Vince McMahon. Wow. AEW, Miro and his wife CJ Perry split up after 7 years of marriage. Jealousy rears its ugly head. I have a black box, so I can't read much. Al Snow had quite a controversial take on AEW. He said that someone will die in the ring unless things change. I couldn't agree more. Next caster joked that he was hacked, which explains a bunch of mean tweets, but he didn't take them back either. Let's see, upcoming major pro wrestling events. By the way, this is from SC Scopes, this report. AEW Dynamite Big Business will be hosted at Boston's TD Garden on March 13th. WWE's NXT Stand and Deliver slated for the afternoon of April 6th, just before the start of WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. WrestleMania 50, April 6th and 7th at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia as a two-part, two-night event. Yay! AEW coming to St. Louis with AEW Dynasty live on pay-per-view Sunday, April 21st at the Chaffetz Arena. Backlash Francais is scheduled for May 4th at LDLC Arena in Deschamps, France. You got the NXT Battleground May 28th at N Market Arena, Savannah, Georgia, on what will soon be the former WWE Network, but still Peacock. WWE's Money in the Bank, July 6th at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, followed by NXT Heatwave on July 7th, same venue. And WWE Bash in Berlin is marked for August 31st at the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Berlin, Germany. So there you go. And finally, our friends at Cartoon Network's Toonami is holding a Dragon Ball Kai marathon in tribute to Akira Toriyama. If you watch the original series but never watched Dragon Ball Kai, the show is a recruit of the original Dragon Ball Z that streamlines the show to a tighter 167 episodes over the original 291. Kai is also remastered in HD and has a new voice track featuring most of the original cast. According to Toonami's social channels, the marathon will begin Saturday, March 16th at 2 a.m. Eastern and last until 6 in the morning. The godfather of anime and the godfather of Dragon Ball and a few others. We salute him. Yes, indeed. Let's see what else here. If we can, if we may, if we do. Let's see here. Do we have one more? Any more little stories, or can we do a little big old-fashioned fun-loving karaoke tonight, or can we wait till tomorrow? Let's wait till tomorrow on karaoke. This is something good. Yeah, we'll do some karaoke tomorrow following the newscast. We'll have like maybe 5-10 minutes of karaoke. So, yeah, I'll be singing some Sinatra karaoke. We got about 3 minutes, about 2 minutes now, as the clock continues to run. So, I'm just going to. There we go. There. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We got about less than a minute now. I have been a little busy trying to get this living room correctly done. It's not easy, but it's trying to be easy, and we are hoping, like all hope, to get everything done so everybody can be happy, content, and wahoo-skied. Okay, we got about 2 minutes. I'm going to start riffing here for just a few moments. Let me just see here. I'm going to, I don't know, what should I, let's go to X for a moment, otherwise known as TwitX, as I call it. Phil TMNT has a great stream, one of the best. Matt Ed Nettie has a good Twitch channel, which, by the way, on Monday, we will be opening our Twitch channel at 9:30 p.m. Monday. We'll still be in this little facility. Beyond that, it is going to be a laugh riot. Before we say our good nights, I want to say a very special good night to a very special young lady, Miss Piper. She is definitely one in a million.
And I want to also say good night to Mandy Summers and everybody over at Comicsgate. And I'm just going to say this: without friends, I would not be here. And I thank you all very much. And that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you, everybody, to Comicsgate folks. Hail Comicsgate. Keep on doing what you do because you are definitely doing something right, beating Marvel and DC with some of the best original and fun comic books created. I can't wait for Jack the Ripper #2. So let's get that going, shall we? That's going to wrap it up for me. I'm Steve, the Baxman Baxley, saying thank you very much for joining us. And join us again tomorrow night, same time, same place. Bring your friends, bring your neighbors. Tell them the weirdest sportscast in the free world is right here. It's called Steve's Sporty Balls. Now for Matt, Ed, and Eddie, Phil, TMNT, Taylor Swift, Greater Than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU, and the one, the only Disney sheep herder, Ventures with Piper, Mandy Summers, and a cast of zillions. I am Steve, the Baxman Baxley, with announcer Harry von Stuttgart, saying so long, everybody. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the fun people at L2C Media. And, of course, the fun, the rather YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. Have a great one. I'm Steve. Good night. And kick butt. So long.